What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Lemon's Garage. So we finally got in our Meghan Racing coilovers. We're going to go ahead and give you guys a walk around the car, let you see what our ride height is currently. Then we're going to go ahead and throw the coilovers on and see what kind of difference they make. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Alright guys, so grab the tape measure. I'm going to go ahead and measure from the wheelbase to the fender. And you can see there we're sitting at about 23 inches from the front. And then we're going to move to the back here. Go and take a look, see what that is. The rear, from wheelbase to the fender, we're sitting at about 23.5 inches. So that's a good start for where we are, but we definitely want to go lower. So let's go ahead and get those things on. So we're going to go ahead and take off these wheels now. We got it in reverse, pressing up against the tire. We should have unloosened the bolts while we were already on the floor, but I forgot. So we're going to go and just loosen them now. Alright guys, so the next thing that we want to do is go ahead and remove these hoses from the strut mount itself. You don't want those hoses in the way, you don't want to crush them or anything like that, because they are pretty important. Now what we're going to go ahead and do, we're going to go ahead and take these bolts off from the strut so we can actually remove it from the car itself. One, it should remove pretty easily, you shouldn't have to force it out. Second one here. Lift the arm up a little bit. Removes. Cool. Now you're going to go ahead and pull this forward. Wiggle it loose from the knuckle. Like that. So after you remove it from the knuckle, you can see it just dangles there. We're going to go ahead and go up top now, and we're going to remove the 3 bolts that are up there, and then we'll be able to pull this strut out. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and remove these 3 nuts like we said, so we can actually go ahead and take out the strut itself. So let's go and get the first one. Cool. So now we're going to hold it from the bottom and twist up. It slides right out. So the next thing that we want to do is go ahead and throw this coilover in before we actually adjust the ride height of it, because we actually want to make sure that everything fits well before. So let's go ahead and put this in. We're going to go ahead and turn this wheel a little bit, just so we can actually get it in there. Alright guys, so we raised the jack underneath the arm bar. We're going to go ahead and wiggle this in now. Cool. We're going to go a little bit higher up. Right there should be perfect. Cool. So everything sits in there. We're going to go ahead and throw these bolts in. Alright, so we got the 2 bolts on. We're going to go and tighten them up. Cool. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and actually lower the car. And we're going to see what kind of height we're sitting at right now. And then we're going to go from there and adjust it. Alright, we went ahead and got the tire on now. We're going to go ahead and check to see what our ride height is currently. We're about 24 inches, so I think that was already an inch higher than what we started with, so we're going to go ahead and throw the other one on, and then we're going to come back and adjust the height together so we can get them even. Alright, so we're on the other side now. Again, we're going to go ahead and loosen this nut at the bottom. Give it a quick turn, and then you can hand loosen it. And then now what we're gonna do is again turn it clockwise until we match up with the other side. We went ahead and did some more adjusting actually on the other side. We're going to match it up with this one. Alright guys, so same thing on this side. We're going to go ahead and tighten this bolt right here down. Cool, we're all set. We already tightened the ones up top, so everything's all good to go from there. Alright, after removing the coilovers continuous times and just adjusting them to get everything correct, we're currently sitting at about 22.5 inches from the wheelbase to the fender. That's just for now. The suspension has to sit for overnight, a couple hours. I'm going to drive it around right now just so everything gets compressed again. We should drop a little bit more than that. We're going to go ahead and go to the other side as well. So on this side, we're sitting at, it's almost the same thing, 22, just reaching 22 3/4 of an inch. Same thing with that side. We're going to let it sit, drive it around a little bit, and let those springs compress, and then everything should be a little bit lower from there, and then we will be all good to go. Go ahead and get the strut out in the rear. We're going to go ahead and take off the back wheel. Now that we got those two bolts off, all we got to do is pull this out. Now that we got the bolt off in the back, all we got to do is pull the rod out, angle it. There we go. Now this is free. Set this aside. And we're going to go ahead and grab the new coilover. We already adjusted them for both sides so they're even. We're going to go and throw them on and see how low they sit. And if we like it, we'll keep it. If not, we'll go ahead and take them back out and then readjust them. Alright, so before we go ahead and put the new coilover up and in the housing, we're going to go ahead and tighten down this tie rod again. If you don't do that before you put them in, it's going to be quite hard to get behind there. So it's going to put this bolt back on. Cool, now we can go ahead and throw this up there. Now we got to get the knuckle back into the new coilover. It's sitting right there. It is a little bit stuck, so we're just going to go and give it a little kick. Cool, now we're in. Now we're going to jack it up a little bit more, and then we're going to go ahead and put in the bolts. So we went ahead and got this new camber bolt. On this side it didn't have one. The other side had one though, so we're going to go ahead and throw this one in there. Since it sits on the bottom, so we'll go ahead and adjust. Okay, it slides right in. Then we'll go ahead and throw this top one on. Alright guys, that's going to be a wrap on today's video. Thank you all for watching. As you can see, the car's sitting a lot lower than what we started with. I'll go ahead and throw what the ride height is on screen. Other than that, let us know what you think in the comments, what you think about the car, what you think we should do next to it. And as always, stay sweet, not sour.